everybody, welcome back to another edition of Pardon the Distraction. I'm one of your co-hosts, DJBluePDX, here with the Lost Drake and special guest, Antitinkerbell! What? Antitinkerbell!
That's right.
Emotional.
For free! What? Oh, I know how it is. That's fine. That's fine.
Hi! Hello, everyone. We're back.
Hi, everyone.
We're back. And we have a guest.
We have a guest.
How cool is this?
Yep.
So, hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Tinkerbell. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
We've also been on a show like this together.
Yeah.
I know, yeah, geez, it has, like, I was only saying that earlier. I was like, geez, it's been quite a bit, like a year and a bit, hiatus-wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know,
COVID
could I get
did
back
us in.
into it?
COVID
They
did us
ask.
in.
We'll see.
We had a few things to work through. I don't know.
Yeah, we got broke up by text.
And the fact that I couldn't get out of the country to come visit you, which was our
True.
plan,
I think, yeah, we actually had that
Out of
in
the country.
we
I
had
could barely get out of my house.
Well,
there
that
were
was-
so many things. There was there was supposed to be TwitchCon. That was the whole thing. People were supposed to be going to TwitchCon, and we all had this idea because it was happening around my birthday. And I was like, "What if simply down the road from Amsterdam? What if?" And that was the idea, is to get a bunch of us over. But
was ready
the world had different plans.
I was ready to ship a set of bunk beds to your house. I was gonna some IKEA bunk beds. Like fuck it, we couldn't fuck it up that bad.
Duct
mean,
tape.
It's got to the point where I need to get one of those sign-in books, and it's now turned into Tink to Airbnb because I've sheltered so many people in my house. It's not even funny. All across this industry.
that's hilarious. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, so let's kick off by introducing Tinkerbell. You've been around for some time. You've been featured not only for Irish Gamescon, but you were a Mixer partner, Twitch partner. Like, you've been all across the board. For those who are not familiar, tell us a little bit what you've done and where you're going now.
I don't know. Well, it depends on the lockdown, I guess. No, kidding.
Or the
So
underwear.
what have I been doing and what I'm going to be doing now? So as you know, I was a Mixer partner. I was here on Twitch for a couple of years and then obviously jumped the ship over to Beam and Mixer and so on. Managed to build more of a career on Mixer and Beam than I ever did on Twitch. Been on TV, lots of Irish conventions, invited to UK conventions as well. Took hiatus after when Mixer broke up with us. For myself, more importantly, because it's good to look after yourself, lads and lasses, right?
Yeah.
There's no harm in it. So I looked after myself and decided, sure, I can't escape this industry. I'm always still going to be coming back. So I made an executive decision to quit my job fully and throw myself into this. So that's what I did. And here we are now, a month into it, trying to figure it all out. So learning what works, learning what doesn't work, because some of the stuff doesn't apply from years ago. So we're getting there, though.
I guess you could say streaming puts the dick in addiction.
Could say that. Yeah, maybe not. No, maybe in a different context. Maybe I don't know. Jesus.
Am I pregnant?
Jeez. Are you though?
No, that's just COVID weight.
Tink and I go back in the sense that we started. Let's not even talk about that. I make the excuse that the more weight that I gain is just more space for me to get tattoos once I decide to get them.
Yeah, you're making more canvas.
Yeah.
Bingo! And
There
skins not cheap.
No.
I should
Unless
never
you're
say
buying
that out loud
it.
again.
Yeah, let's just reel that back. Go on.
We're gonna edit that out.
No, we're not. No, we're not. We're not editing
Oh
it out.
my!
It stays
God.
in.
This
It stays in.
It's that moment of bad jokes. Here's a bad joke. Hey Drake, if Captain America's shield is made out of vibranium, what's Hawkeye's shield made out of? Quicksilver.
God damn it. Oh, wait. I got one for you.
For God's sake.
You ready?
For God's sake.
Okay, I'm ready.
Hey, can you tell Peter Parker that there's only 11 months in the year now because May died?
What?
Too soon. Too soon.
What the?
You're welcome.
What the fuck you say to me, you little
You're
shit?
welcome.
Oh my
Too-
God!
soon.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, look,
Oh my God!
Emotional damage.
yeah, I know.
What is wrong with you, man? It's A, too soon. B, C1, and Spoiler.
Look, you know what? We're past spoilers. If you haven't seen it now at this point, it's going to stars because
You
know,
son of a
everybody
bitch.
has their stars
Nobody
account.
will ever, because everybody's seen it.
No, because I don't know, like Norway and the Netherlands were locked down for a month and they had to close down the cinema, and I had to look at that email saying, "We sorry."
I saw that tweet. I saw that tweet.
Did you see that tweet? Do you know how angry it was?
Everyone in the Netherlands? Sorry.
Listen, when you're tweeting about it, that means you've gone beyond angry. You are now at irate levels of caring.
I can literally feel people around me that are like, "Hey, Tink, are you okay?" And then slowly, like, okay, I'm just gonna step
It
a
goes
little
in category.
bit
It goes
behind
like,
this wall.
It goes like English, Irish, Scottish in anger. Like, and then what's above Scottish? I don't even know. Scots are pretty angry.
You start speaking to the God.
Mostly just Russia.
I mean, it's at the top of the world. I would, if I was
That's
frozen
what
that
you
much,
do.
I'd be pissed too.
Russian and then Chinese political officials. Probably too soon. We should edit that out.
No, we shouldn't. Just keep it going. Who cares? Look, DJ's like, we should edit this out. I don't edit anything.
There you have for a reason, okay?
Yeah,
so you
that's why you just
don't be a pussy about it. Sorry, was that supposed to be?
Jesus. Look, we're in a PC world. Get your shit together.
Oh God, we should actually have you on as a regular for this segment.
I know, right? We should. And we're supposed to talk about games and shit, but it's just going to be us
wait, is
ranting
this
for
is
4
not
hours
shooting
about
the shit?
our lives.
This is not the shooting the shit episode, or is this the games episode?
Yes.
I feel like I've made
the indie game.
I made our relationship way too comfortable to the point where like I start distracting people. This is very normal. I see this all the time happening in people. We're supposed to have an idea, I get involved, and next thing you start flying off the handles, and I sit back and I'm like, okay, I'll just let it fly. This seems to be fun.
Well,
It's
can I
okay.
tell the story about that?
and
Okay.
then back away, and then jab, and then back away.
No. I just watch you just go woo, and I'm like, I don't know what I did. I just gave him a 7-Up. I don't know what happened. Like,
She gives you a nice
why is
pat
he
on the
naked?
head.
I have no idea.
We
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell a piece of our story of our weekend. Just a piece.
Oh, God.
Not
Go for it.
the piece, but a different piece.
A piece.
So
We're not
I
talking
helped
about
with
weapons.
No. So there was PAX East when Sea of Thieves was launching, and they had their big booth right next to Mixer.
Yeah.
And we were doing our castings of things. That was actually the same PAX that you and I shoutcasted the first time at, Drake.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
That's where we met.
Yeah. So this is our my indoctrination week. It was my very first weekend as a PAX partner, as a mixer partner, because I had put my application in, went to PAX West. All of the partner managers already knew I was approved, but they hadn't had a chance to send the email out yet.
Yeah.
They couldn't say anything.
When staff was
so
so small that they
Wes
couldn't even
Wilson
send
and
out
Jen and Preston are all like, "Hey DJ,
Yeah.
how are you? We're gonna talk
Super
to you."
ox, yo.
Right? And I'm like, listen, whether I'm listen, if I get it, I get it. If I don't, it's fine. I'm really glad to meet you.
Super awkward conversation.
Exactly. And
It doesn't fit
So-
together like
You
this.
didn't get it. It's like,
so I get to PAX East,
That's
and
really like-
day one is I wanted, because I had the goatee thing, right?
Yeah.
oh yeah, you're rocking that.
And I actually pulled it off. That's right. I actually shaved it off before it, because I was like, I don't want to have a goatee there because I look scary as fuck. Or did I shave it off while I was there?
I don't know.
I remember
No,
you with a goatee.
Was that
You
the
what?
wait? So to totally.
Then again, my memory is scrambled over the last 2 years. But go on.
But the last. Okay, so was that the last time you had a goatee before that last patch that you just grew and then you shaved
Yep.
it off again? So
Yes.
that was the last time you had a goatee.
Yeah. So I went there because I had this really great cosplay. I looked like Jack Sparrow. It was fucking actually pretty good. And the dreads and the outfit and the getup and the things and the stuff, and it was cold as
I was
shit.
there. I had to help him dress
Yeah, it was
at
great.
one point.
And so Tink's helping me with the accent because Jeffrey Rush is my inspiration. It was like a cross between Jeffrey Rush and
So you're welcome,
and
Drake.
Johnny Depp. Yeah. So I'm stuck there.
Just saying.
I get
fine.
there, and Sea of Thieves thinks, because I've got that Mixer partner badge, Sea of Thieves thinks that I'm with Mixer, that Mixer got me for them. Mixer thinks that Sea of
There's
Thieves
a lo-
brought me in for them. And
But he just
when they
wanted to
gave
show
me-
up.
Yeah, I just showed up as a pirate for fucking shits and giggles because I was figuring, why the fuck not? Let's make a grand fucking entrance.
So like,
Nobody knew who I was.
it was fucking great.
Nobody.
Because I said just act like you know you belong, right? Don't question it. Just act like you
Just
belong.
go with it.
Right?
Yeah.
So Mixer thought that Sea of Thieves and Sea of Thieves thought Mixer that like this guy is obviously important and hired. We need him for all of this media.
So you started jumping around all the
pushed
booths?
around. He was hewing around between booths. It was great.
Yeah, they had camera crews. They were like, "Hey, let's do this. Let's do this."
And
need
this
to-
was also
I need-
when Sea of Thieves first came out, so they were still trying to get to know people too. So
Exactly.
like, that was probably like the
This
perfect
was-
time to do
They
this.
were they were next door to each other. So I was bringing him over and I was pushing him over against the stands and the chest.
Oh,
And
it
people
was
are getting
hilarious.
interested. And I'm like, sure, do you want me to take a picture of him?
my
And I'm
God.
slowly just integrating him into the fucking, like, into the stand. To the point where even Jen's getting confused. Like, does he have to be? I'm sure he has to be. Like, and it was getting to like, oh, okay. I
Everybody
guess
was
he's
so
supposed
confused,
to be
yeah.
there. Everyone was, and they just let it fly. They're like,
And-
You know what's really crazy
yeah,
too
and-
about this?
well,
Well, go ahead,
here's
go
what's
ahead.
funny. So Solace comes out. She's like, "Here we go. Here's all your passes and stuff like that." And we get all over there, and Tink is watching this happen, and she sits down on the couch and is just giggling to herself, and she's doing
pictures
this,
of
and
me. I have a picture of me lying on a couch like this.
She's whispering to the people next to her. Colvin was one of them. Like, "That's DJ. No one knows who it is."
No one knows. You know who that is? Like, no, it's fucking DJ.
And I'm bouncing back and forth. I had a 45-minute conversation with Nick. Remember little Nick? Little brother Nick?
Yeah.
So we go to the partner party that night. Nick sees me because I'd washed off everything off. I had most of the eyeliner off.
Most.
Not
He
all.
looked like
You can
he
never
looked
get
like he was
those- when you
crying
do-
over some
when
guy,
you do
but we let
eye
him.
makeup on a guy. It like I don't care how much you wipe because our body just does it absorbs it. Like you can't get rid of it. You can wipe
it
your
was
eyes forever and you
hilarious.
still look like you just woke up out of an emo bash.
Yeah, basically.
I know.
Yeah, it was just.
I like that crying look, like, oh.
Right? I've been heartbroken. So
I'm so
I like
Nick-
looking in the
Nick
mirror and
rolls up.
thinking,
I'm gonna
Yeah.
drink my tea.
Nick rolls up next to me. He's like, DJ Blue. Yeah, hi. Oh my God, I was hoping to see you today. I didn't see you all day today. We had a 45-minute conversation, kiddo.
yeah. yeah.
What? Where? In the partner booth. Like, I think the longest time I was talking to the Sea of Thieves pirate. And I said, that was
That
me.
was me.
Dude, that guy had hair. That couldn't have been you. It was a wig. And he says, are you serious? Who be you thinking the pirate I be?
I thought it was funny as shit. It was like the best thing in the
His
world.
eyes just went, what?
Oh my god.
And the great thing was, we dressed him up early and we brought him to a mom and pop's breakfast place, and these people sat us at the feckin' bar. And we got served straight away because we had him talking, I was talking. They're like, oh, you two are foreigners. I'm like, yeah, give us a breakfast.
Right.
Oh
That's
my
right.
God.
The breakfast with the Bloody Marys, the really good Bloody Marys.
I'm fucking cashing it in. Dixie was in her element, sitting there fucking brooding away at our breakfast, thinking that the thought we have to walk down to this fucking place. And I was like, I'm in my element. We just managed to manipulate a bunch of people at the breakfast, and there's a queue out that door. I think we're good. There was
Right.
actual queues out the door.
And we just wandered right the fuck in.
Yeah,
And
because
of course,
me and him were
I'm in
talking, because
costume.
we're, no.
I'm in character. And she's helping with my accent. It was the
When are you
funniest
not
fucking
in
thing
character
ever.
though?
I'm like this chimp pretty much.
Oh
like,
man, I'm telling you now, like I've done it so many times with so many different
just
people.
saying.
I walked into the Twitch partner party back in 2016 because I turned around with me. She doesn't stream here anymore, but you can absolutely agree to this, and there's loads of them actually. There's someone here who's partner, but I won't name them. It was
Everybody
there.
comment
So
below.
comment below if you're there. So what happened was we all got purple lanyards, as you do. I have one on the back of the chair, right?
In which one?
Okay.
Was that at were you talking Long Beach?
San
or
Diego.
was this, San Diego. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Was it San Diego?
I was there.
I was there.
How did we fucking you, me, and Taste were all there at the partner party?
There's a lot of people that were there. There was a lot. But anyway, right?
I
So
didn't even know
the-
who Ninja was then. I had no idea who anybody was. I didn't even stream
Ni-
nothing. I was literally working my ass off as a graphic designer in a design firm, building my company. I had no idea anything about streaming anything in 2000.
My husband was trying to convince me to be a streamer. That's how it got. So he's like, "You love it." I was like, "That's so fucking
Sounds
stupid.
like a different
Who the
site.
fuck watches fucking people play poxy fucking games? That's so boring. That's so fucking stupid." And then he was like, "Come on, just try it. I think you have a great personality. You could really push it." Because every time I'm in lobbies, people are always like, befriend. I was like, "You fucking weirdos." And I'm always, you know how I am. And I was like, fine, I'll do it. And then that's literally what happened in like fucking the space of like
I
2
went-
months or 3 months, I had 5,000 followers. I was like, I have no idea why these people are even interested.
Well, that's
Like,
actually
what
a
is
good
wrong with you
segue
all?
for this too, though, because here's the
Go
funny
for
thing,
it.
like how we all got into streaming, because I went to E3 and I went for
Right.
Destiny 2 because Destiny 2 is launching, and I was a big Destiny guy. I always was. I always played
I remember
video
that.
games, of course.
I remember
Yeah.
that.
But we went to
Yeah, I
that
remember
booth,
that.
and you remember Mixer had that little shitty booth, like right when you walked up, and it was like in the corner, and it was right when they switched from Beam to Mixer. They were still
Yep.
kind of Beam, but they weren't. Like, they
Oh,
were
yeah, that was at
promoting
the
both.
first-
They had like pins with Beam on it, but it said Mixer. It was like the first time they went public as Mixer.
Yeah, they had to
And-
get rid of all their old
and-
Beam
and
stuff.
they had that.
Oh,
little
yeah, I
robotic
remember
booth.
that. Yeah,
the
yeah,
little
yeah.
robotic booth where they were showing off. Hey, look, these are the little robots, and you can control them on stream. Blah blah blah. I walked up
You
and
have
I'm
one?
like,
I think Think has one.
Me
I remember
and my
that. I think I have
sister-in-law-
one.
Me and my sister-in-law walked in, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like looking around, and they're like, yeah, you can control little robots, and you can go online and stream your video games. And I'm like, what?
That's the silliest thing ever, right?
And I was
Yeah.
so confused. I was like, what the fuck is this? And they're like, well, you know what?
Yep.
Hey, just go home, check it out after E3. I guarantee you'll like it. Look, you can see you, like, there's this and this and this. And I'm like, whatever. I'm going to go watch Destiny 2. Fuck you. I went into E3, enjoyed my weekend. It was fucking awesome. Which, by the way, going to E3 as a
Consumer.
as a consumer compared to actually working it is fucking just so much different. That was the last year.
I can't
that I
imagine
enjoyed it.
I can't imagine.
That was the
I
last
haven't
time
been to a
enjoyed
convention
it,
where
'cause
I haven't
when
been
you do,
working.
like, it was the parties and everything else after that were always fun for me. But
Yeah.
when you're there to work. But so many people would go there to party, and I'm like, you guys are fucking idiots. You have no idea what you're getting into. This is industry.
Yeah.
We are here to work. Get the fuck out of my way. Like, we're ready to do shit. Here, we got meetings. And everybody's like,
Yeah.
come over here. Like, I went with friends the second year when I was actually on Mixer. And
Yeah.
we went there and they're like, come hang out. I'm like, I can't. I got shit to do. They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, I got this meeting and this meeting. But anyway, so I came back to go back on stories because we'll go on a tangent. But I came home and I literally took the doors off my closet and I looked at Nay, and obviously you guys all know Nay, but I looked at Nay and I go, I'm going to start streaming. I'm going to give it a shot and see what the fuck happens. Like, I mean, what else? I work from home. I'm my own owner of my own business anyway. Might as well. What the fuck do I have
May
to
as well.
So I took my really nice gaming laptop. At least I had that going for me. I took the shitty ass monitor. This thing looked like it was pulled out of a garage sale. Hooked it up and put it up inside.
imagine it
mounted
yellow,
on the shitty
Graham.
little shelf.
It's a fucking Trinitron.
And bought a $12 mic from Amazon and like the cheapest fucking shitty camera ever. And
God, you
I
really
threw
bring
it
me back with
together.
this.
And then once I had it all in the closet, I'm like, how the fuck do I go live?
Yeah, and you have to find the settings. Like,
I'm like, what the fuck is OBS? So I'm going online. I'm looking everywhere. I'm trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing. But you know what? Like all of us, we all experience that. Luckily, I
Yeah.
ran across somebody who helped me, like still part of my community to this day, Nomad Ninja.
yeah.
And he stopped everything he was doing while he was streaming and was like, hey, let me walk you through it. And then I ended up doing everything that day. And I'm a quick learner. Like once you show me
Yeah.
something, I absorb it. So, and I have photographic memory. So I was like, boop, boop, beep, boop, pop. And then next thing I know, I was live and I was streaming to 2 people. And I was just like, this is fucking weird. These 2 random people are in my chat. Like, it was
Right.
just a weird concept. And then I remember
It's like having your
Nay-
windows open of your house. You
Yeah.
sitting there and people just walking up to your window, just standing and just looking in and being like,
you know,
I'm not going to say anything.
I use
just
this
gonna
reference
watch.
all the time for streaming. I'm like, streaming is like your channel is your house. Like it is your
Yeah.
house. And people have to abide by the rules, and that goes for people who come in and go out, right? You're not just gonna walk
Right.
into somebody's house, eat their oranges, and fucking leave. Like
Right.
say hello, god damn it. Like, and I say that shit all the time, but it's the fucking truth though. I mean, like if you think about how we all started, that we all had that weird, you know, relationship with trying to figure out how to fucking stream. Nobody knew OBS or, you know, I don't even, what's the other one? I've never used anything but OBS.
XSplit.
XSplit. Yeah. Like
Oh.
I was trying to
Oh.
research it, and I remember I set up XSplit first and I'm like, this is too fucking confusing. What the fuck is this?
I
gotta pay
love
for it.
XSplit.
Well,
Loved it.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
still use it?
No, I don't use it anymore.
Then you don't love
Didn't
it.
love it that much.
Then you don't
I
love
loved
it.
it. I loved it. Loved it.
Loved
But now I
it.
can't afford her, you know?
Loved it.
Loved that.
Loved it.
Yeah, but like I got into streaming. I was working for a financial company and I was a supervisor and I 13-hour days and I only got paid out with fucking 8 hours of them.
Fuck this shit. Anything.
But I was so to my brain, and I used to be told all the time by like my boss or my boss's boss saying if I leave, 12 people could lose their jobs because they wouldn't be able to do anything without me. And I was like, oh my god, this pressure, so bad. And it was at the time my husband started watching streams, and he was trying to convince me. And again, I was like, fucking, who the fuck, like, what weirdos want to watch?
One more time. What was that noise?
What weirdos want to watch like someone play a video game or whatever, you know? It just whatever in my head. But again, taking into consideration, I was already part of a community on Xbox. I was playing with like 3 or 4 clans at the time. I was building up new friends. I was playing with a bunch of girls that I used to always hang out with. Like I was doing all of that.
You hang out with
So
any
he
of
was
those
trying
people
to.
still?
Yes, I do. They all have babies now. You know, like I have friends for like 15 years. 2 of them got married actually.
Nice.
I love and then one of the dads that I played with, he had an older son, obviously enough, and the guy that hung out with this girl had another girl of their own, and their kids have gotten together. So you know, there you go. So it's a small world. So there you go. But anyway, I was going into the whole rim and of the whole situation with the man, and
Now you
he was
understand
trying
why
to say,
this is called
"Listen,
pardon the distraction.
Right.
listen, just pardon the distraction.
Yeah.
I have ADHD, so it's
Look,
all
it's
yeah."
fine. Or
We're
pardon
fine.
the D, but then it
Shiny,
just goes to a different direction.
But yeah, like what happened was, he was very, very pushed with this, and then in the end, because my job was just fucking horrible, and my contract was up, and I was like, "Thank God, what am I gonna do next?" He was like, "Take some time out, try to stream and shit," and I was like, "Oh." I don't know. So I started off with gaming laptop, an Elgato Pebble fucking thing. I can't remember HD60.
Oh, yeah,
I think it
those-
was.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah,
are
horrible.
so flat, this big.
The flat piece of
Horrible.
shit.
And then remember it had
Horrible.
the old USB, so like it would always break or move, and
Yep.
if it wiggled, you would disconnect.
or you had that
squeeze
delay.
That bitch
Yeah,
would come
or you had the
undone.
delay, yeah, because it was only
yeah,
720p at that time.
Yeah.
It wasn't even 1080.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like we're talking about like seven
This was
plus years ago for me.
Long ago.
This is like 2014. This is when I started off, right? So we're talking about nearly 8 years ago. So I started off with that, and then I had my massive 50-inch TV, and I was playing Call of Duty on an Xbox 360,
Which nobody
And
plays
the,
Call
like-
of Duty anymore.
which no one plays any Call of Duty. But before I did that, because himself was so convinced to do it, and I said, fuck it, I'll do it. I did reconnaissance first. I looked at how all these big streamers were doing, and I made sure to claim all of my names. I was
Yeah.
like, I need to make
Yeah,
sure
right.
that Antitinkerbell is claimed.
Which,
I was
by
like,
the way,
man,
anybody who's
Everywhere.
watching this, if you plan on ever having a streaming career, make sure that you claim your name
Your
on
name.
everything. Even if you don't think
Every
you're ever going to be
platform.
on it.
I have
do
my
it.
name claimed on OnlyFans, and I don't even use that
Yeah, me
service.
too.
That's
Oh,
how
okay.
like.
All of us do.
I have a story. about that.
No, you can't. You can't distract us. No, I'm not finished.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
no.
let her
Go,
finish.
go, Tank, go.
I'm not
Yep.
finished
I know.
speaking.
There you go.
Yeah,
I love you.
I'm not sure if she
asshole.
farted or she was very aggressive. I don't know what happened there.
I didn't think you could hear that. Jesus. No. So, but yeah, fucking like sat there and I claimed everything. I remember vividly because I was like, February was when the whole idea is like, yes, we'll try this. And I claimed everything, and that's how I met some of my first mods. I watched Mood Groove, and I got to know all of the ins and out. And then it was September, I was like, we go live September 14th. Because I wanted to make sure I had everything ready. I had to understand I was doing marketing. I
Yeah.
need to market myself.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a nobody on this platform. So how do I connect to people? I started having to, obviously, we all had to learn that.
Yeah.
Networking, joining groups, befriending people. Don't stand on people's fucking heads. Unless you're that kind of arsehole. Well, each their own, but it'll come back at you.
Yep.
You know? But it's that kind of thing, and understanding how to upsell yourself and not to get certain things taken advantage of you. But like,
Yep.
as a girl compared to guys, it was a rude awakening at some point. So even though I played like Call of Duty at the time, and I had to put up my squeakers and all my fucking misogyny and all the fucking whatever, this was a bit more vulnerable for me because I'm putting myself physically out there. You know what I mean? And I'm not
You're
like
opening up
one
the
of the.
window. You're like, ah.
And I'm
Yeah.
coming into the height of the ear of the e-girl, right?
Yeah.
Think
Yeah.
about that. I'm coming in at the height of the e-girl situation. Like that whole thing is really blossoming, really starting to push forward.
Yeah.
So at this stage, I was getting hate raids all the time. I actually have videos of it, everything, like all the fucking time, all the abuse or whatever. But I knew one thing I had versus a lot of other fucking people is I'm quick with it, and no one expects that fucking shit.
No, they don't.
No, they don't until you spring on them like a goddamn spider monkey.
I fucking find you, I will. Like, it's, I love, I do, honest to God, like, I do love the fact that I actually had one person point this out to me a couple of years ago, right? We're all going to EGX, which is the PAX version in the UK, because it's owned by the same company, and we're not going to go into that. And this is the first time meeting this person who was also a fellow streamer, but he's never watched me, but he has come across my Instagram and Twitter, right? And same with me, I never watched this lad, Instagram and Twitter. We all meet up. This guy turns around to me as I'm talking away and having the banter with people I know, and meeting up with Nozbox and meeting up with Shady Monkey and meeting up all the UK gang, you know, you need the whole lot, right?
Yep.
And he turns around to me and he says, I have to say this and I don't mean to be mean, he goes, you look nothing like you sound in person. I was like, what? And he goes, your Instagram does not really depict on how you sound, like how I would think you would come across in person. I was like, what's that supposed to mean? He goes, you're a bit like, you know, aggressive, a bit intimidating. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, and that's when you just stop and go, I'm fucking
Irish.
Like,
yeah, that's exactly my argument. Thank you. You know, but yeah, like legit. And I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Because then I was like, oh, that kind of would make sense. Because a lot of these little fuckers that come in, and then I turn them back around, they get all butthurt, and then I'm gonna fucking find you. Oh my god!
Because they got called out on stream for being a dick.
Yeah, well, that happens to me
if
too,
only they had
when
it.
I meet people in person, they were like, "You're exactly like you are on stream. You're an asshole."
I'm exactly what I'm like.
I'm like, yeah, I don't change. I'm the same fucking person. People put on characters when they're live.
Oh, yeah.
Because you know there are streamers out there that literally, or content creators that create a character or a facade. I mean,
or persona,
but they're not the
whatever.
same way in real life. You meet them in life, and then they're like, they all of a sudden their voice is like completely different, or it's like high pitch or low pitch, and you're like,
or they're. But it's different if they're like an introvert or an extrovert, right?
Definitely. Yeah, like if
that's a different ball game altogether.
You know, because I know a lot of people that are introverted and they go on the camera and then they're like, blah, 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 and then you meet them in person, they're like,
oh, very reserved, very close off. Right. Like some people I know even have what's that condition, glorophobia, where they can't go outside. Yep. Yeah, like stuff like that. Like, yeah, but they're often indoors. They're quite.
Yeah, they're comfortable in their space. This is our house, you know?
When you're in your safe space, you're okay there.
Yeah, but once you go to a public event and people are like, oh, hey, and you're like, ooh, don't touch me.
It gets overwhelming, you know what I mean? For some people as well.
BO, man, I have no idea who you are.
And of course,
or the number one. We know we've all had this happen. We've all had this happen. Hey, do you know who I am? What? How the fuck would I know who you are? Your profile picture is this goddamn big, and it's like an anime chick eating
announcements
corn.
to all
eating
audience
porn.
and customers.
It could be a dick.
We are looking for someone who can't find themselves.
Right?
Like,
who are you? Who? Yes, you're anime.
Who any of us are really? That would be my response.
Yeah. My very first time at a convention was at RTX, and I was shoutcasting Griffball. With Griffball Hub, and I'd never been to a con before ever, and so I got invited down by the Griffball Hub and went down there, and I did the shoutcasting up on the main stage. I had a microphone in front of 25,000 viewers, and I was like, oh my god, what is happening? But when we got there, and I was walking, I got there, I rolled in and with my bags, and there's people passing me on the street like, yo, DJ, hi.
Do you know who I am?
And I'm thinking, I have no idea who they are. I've never seen any of our players.
Yeah.
Personally.
I've seen them. Yeah.
But I'm like, I know that voice, but it's echoing across the street from the Marriott. We're across the street from there. I'm like, yay. And I'm walking with Goose and Cal, and they're like, yeah. I was like, how do they know who I am? Listen, dipshit, they watch you on stream. Remember? That thing where they see the face.
Yeah.
The face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that was when the whole like DJ was the name I went by, because that whole week nobody called me by my birth name, and I got so used to being called DJ. And when I'm gaming, I get called DJ. And so when I got to the airport, I'm at the airport with Taco, and I do my thing, and I actually left my ID up at the counter, and this lady's calling my birthday, and Taco says, DJ, I think he's talking to you, and And I turned
yeah.
around.
They're
right
using my
next to her,
cover name.
she's like, your ID? She goes, do you not go by your name? No, I usually go by DJ. Well, what's that stand for?
DJ.
Like the disc jockey.
DJ.
DJ.
It's just 2 letters. That's it. Oh, well, here's your ID and your...
It stands for Double Jeopardy, actually.
Double Jeopardy. God damn it. That needs to be the answer. What's DJ stand for? Double Jeopardy.
So since we're in funny stories, I actually, because obviously, as you guys know, a lot of people are like, oh, you name yourself after Drake the rapper? No, I do not.
Do you?
No, I do not.
Do you?
No,
I
I do not.
I
But I actually had something
better
happen
tell
at
everyone
E3.
Gilded, shit.
Look, you know what? Didn't you know I'm a rapper? But no, I was at
Yeah,
E3.
wrapping paper.
Yeah,
anti-rapper.
I'm really good at Christmas presents.
Yeah, high five, DJ. Nice move, man. Nice
Wow.
move. You
All
can't
right, anyway,
high five and bird you.
Well, I do have children.
That's true.
There you go. Oh, God damn it.
True.
I went down
True.
that road. Anyway, but I was at E3,
Okay.
and this was 2018. I was walking down, and somebody who knew me goes, "Hey, Drake! Oh my God, it's Drake!" Goes like that and yells. It caused hysteria. Everybody actually thought the rapper Drake was there.
Oh,
They all start stampeding towards me, looking for Drake.
In my head as a foreigner, I'm like, why?
Well, literally, they start going past me, and I'm just standing there, and I just stood still like a statue.
It's something out of World War Z, you know? And you just all,
frozen.
And I'm just like looking around, and I'm
God,
like,
that's such a good film.
what just fucking happened?
just
What
that
just
beat, you know,
happened?
with the kid is standing there like that. That's literally
Right.
Drake, and everyone's just running
But
past.
it was like 30 people, and they
Foaming
all
at the mouth.
started like stampeding towards me, looking for Drake the rapper, and I'm like,
Wrong Drake, people.
hi, I'm not Canadian, I'm Scottish. Hi, nice to meet you. I wasn't on Degrassi.
God damn it.
I'm cool, I
Yikes.
swear. Follow me, like
I just used to. I'm used to it because nobody like in my IRL life calls me Tink, and no one. Well, IRL life. Obviously, you're my IRL life as well.
Yeah.
But like, you know what I mean? Like in our realm, I
Girl.
suppose. In our realm, in our
Yeah.
universe, nobody
Yeah.
refers me as SJ.
You know,
For
I've
example,
only
and people are
had
like,
that a couple
"Who?"
times.
Someone's
Like,
gonna
in
vomit when I said that.
In your hometown, have you ever had somebody come up to you that you've never met before and go, "Hey, T"?
All the time.
Really?
All the time, because in my family, my dad's known, so people come up and be like, "Oh yes, big fan of your father. I remember seeing him in 1972. I was only a young lad." And I'm not joking. I'm not joking.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
so
that's
it would be people who come up to me be like my IRL name. It'd be like, but for the Tink situation, it has happened. It has happened
It's
here
such a
actually.
weird situation.
It's happened here because what happened was I was like, oh, I'll wear my PUBG
When you say
jacket that I
here-
got, as in where I live
Oh, okay.
in
I
my
was
town during COVID, right?
Yeah.
We're all in different
I'm
places.
not
in
Tink.
Ireland
I was
right
like,
now.
right here. On
No,
the
I'm not in
podcast.
Ireland.
I know you
We're allowed
did.
to say that, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah,
You got
everyone
your
knows.
hand?
I'm outside the den. So it was weird because I took my PUBG jacket. It's like a really fucking loud looking
gorgeous
jacket. It has a big. It's a
I remember
tire
that
and stuff
PUBG
on
jacket.
it.
Didn't we get that from that PUBG party? Or they said
No.
they gave it to partner because there
They
was
gave
a
it to
partner
partners,
party.
though.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was a partner jacket, but they gave it out
Yeah.
to everybody at a PUBG party. I got one, and I
Yeah.
wasn't even a PUBG partner. I snuck in there.
or else you came to me and be like, Tink, could you get me into the PUBG? Swear to fucking God, I should have charged people. I hope you're watching there out there. I know who you are that got into that PUBG party because of me. I'm gonna charge you one of these days, motherfuckers.
Did
But
not
anyway,
go to the PUBG party.
I was standing next to Tim the Tap Man, had no idea who it was. I just thought it was a big fat guy who liked Twinkies because he was eating a Twinkie.
Oh man, I have a wild story about you. For
Which,
one of
by the
PUBG
way,
parties.
if you're watching this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. 'Cause you
Madness.
were fucking eating a Twinkie at the PUBG party.
I've
And I
seen
literally
you.
came up, everybody's eating
Oh my
sushi, and
God.
you were eating a fucking Twinkie. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, who is
He
this
just
guy?
snuck one in out of his
And
pocket.
he's like
Just-
one of the biggest streamers, had no fucking idea. I had no idea who any of these fucking people were.
Fucking hell. So anyway, I went into town. I had the jacket on, but I also had my hat on. I had my thing on, jacket, and
Jacket?
my hair PUBG jacket. And I had my hair down. No name, no Antitinkerbell, no markings, no markings.
No
Okay.
markings.
No markings, right? I was standing outside, I was waiting for the man to do whatever he was doing. And these people come up to me, they're like, you have a nice jacket. And I said, yeah, thanks. And they were speaking English to me, and I was like, you should speak Dutch. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, thanks, you know, like, where did you get it? I was like, oh, I got it from PUBG, you know, play the game. They're like, oh yeah, like a PUBG partner. I was like, yeah. They're like, do you stream? I was like, I have my mask on. And I was like, I do, yeah. I was like, oh, where do you stream? I was like, here or there, like. And they're like, oh, I think I've seen you before. And I was like, no, yeah, I haven't streamed in years. And they were like, oh, I think I've seen you before. I was like, no, I haven't. And I just started walking off. Himself was there. He was like, what? Who were those people? I was like, I have no idea. Yep. And it happened in another shop that everyone's well known to shop in is Primark. I went in, buy stuff, and I was putting stuff on the table, you know. And the guy goes, can I ask you a question? I was like, yeah. And he goes, are you like a tattoo artist or someone that's known for tattooing? And I'm like, no. And he goes, because I feel like I've seen you before. And I was like, well, I'm not I can't tattoo. I'm not a tattoo artist. I got this done. Someone else. He's like anywhere in that anywhere in that industry. I was like, nope, not at all. Nope. It happens so often. It's not even funny. I'm like, nope.
People ask if I stream, and I just go, yep, this morning, and I walk away.
Aren't you that Irish girl? I'm like, Cantonese, totally different place. But speak Cantonese.
Oh my god.
Well, that's
hilarious.
But it's weird. But anyway.
So, video games. We just went on a tangent about our lives, and I love it.
Let's talk about it.
This is why we need to hang out more, because then we can we can talk.
We can holler and bark about everything else.
Yeah. Can I bring up something that everybody's freaking out about, which is fucking hilarious, and I find it to be a constant source of entertainment and also.
What? Can I guess?
Yeah.
Is it something to do with Bungie?
No, actually.
No, we talked about that.
Ironically, no. This actually has to do with the Forbes. So Forbes came out with it. By the time you all were watching the podcast, this will have been last week's information. Forbes came out with an article today. Well, technically. Forbes came out with an article today showcasing that, unfortunately, Halo Infinite, the latest flagship installation for the franchise of Halo, has dropped down below the top 100 games on Steam and is now down below the top 5 for Xbox. Now, during its peak performance during the day, it can get as high as 40, but it has not crested above 40 for over a week. Forbes decided to write an article about it, and the response from the community has been, well, let's just say extreme. And it's been a point of contention for a lot of different people, because one of the things we were looking at was how impressive Halo Infinite has been. And to be fair, as a huge Halo fan and somebody who's worked with them in the past, I will always be
you're always gonna have a soft spot. You're always gonna want it to succeed.
I will always be a supporter. And that's a thing.
It's like me with Destiny.
But I've been watching
what they do. I'm like,
I've been watching the Twitter response, and people have been kind of dogging on stuff. And I wanted to make a point of making a statement about it, because I think it's important when you come to look at things, especially from a game development standpoint. Anybody who's worked in game development knows it's not a matter of doing something overnight. Sometimes one fix fucks up 8 other things, and you have to go and try and do trial and error. You have to play if this, then that, and try and discover how this all ended up becoming accidentally interwoven, so that you can unfuck all the things down here to fix the one thing up here that's the main concern. But you can't break the rest of the game in order to fix one thing, or you're just going to fucking destroy everything in the process, and nobody's going to play their game. So, in my opinion, and this is strictly my personal opinion, I think,
your allegation, your 2 cents.
Yeah, I think the primary issue here is that so much time has been spent acknowledging I would say the toxic top 1% of the competitive arena players who have been so dynamically...
I would say 5%.
Okay, let's say the top 5%. So verbal and so consistently, I would say, vocal about their opinion that it has caused a distraction, ironically, with the studio.
Damn it, nice plug. I love it.
Right? I think that if 343 were to pay a little more attention to the majority, which is their social players, you think that everybody's competitive. You're playing Halo to compete. You're playing Halo to win. That's true
I love
for
the
a
campaign.
for a small group of people.
Yeah.
But that highly vocal group of people do not represent the majority of us. People
Yeah.
like me. If you are out there playing the game, one of the best things about MCC is there were actually attainable and achievable challenges every week that got released for your XP and progression that you could add on, and there were different things that you could do from a social standpoint with your friends that wasn't sweating your dick off trying to figure out how to get this thing accomplished. When you end up putting challenges in a game that force people to not only throw the game in order to make the achievement, but also cause them to be distracted from accomplishing the objective, you've basically shot yourself in the foot. You've capped yourself at the knees, and unfortunately, that seems to be the direction that's happening, and nobody's paying attention to this. There's no Forge. The social match-made games are abysmal and very limited in choice. We have a handful of maps, and it has been multiple months since
The number
the game
one
was
thing
launched.
that like if I could
So-
just add to what you're gonna say is co-op.
Mhm.
Co-op was the
So,
foundation
That was where I was going,
of
yeah.
the community. Like
We-
everybody wants to play with each other in the
Yeah.
campaign. Like the majority,
let's-
75% want to play in the campaign with their friends.
Yep. So let's go back to what made Halo so incredibly great in the beginning. And it was the fact that we got to get a bunch of CRT televisions that we carted from our parents' house to one friend's house for a weekend. You hooked these
God.
boxes up to each other, or you all played
Xbox
on one
Connect,
TV
baby.
with four,
Preach.
or you played on one TV with a split screen. And of
LAN
course,
parties.
if you were lucky, you had a 32-inch
Look,
TV, and all four of you sat there.
GoldenEye, baby, with the burn-in.
Yeah,
You'd burn
and-
those
Yeah.
crosshairs into the fucking TV,
Yep.
and your parents would get pissed.
Absolutely.
So
So every
pissed.
time you
It
turn
was-
off the telly, you go boo, and you can just see the lines. You're like, I swear to
And
God,
then
I
you're
wasn't
like,
playing
oh,
it.
Shit, why do I have a
shit.
health bar on the TV?
Right? Tomorrow
You can't prove
on
anything.
tomorrow on Little House on the Prairie, health bars. So it's when
No,
you go
we
back
took
and
it
you
out
look
the
at
pasture.
when you go back and look at the origins of
Dad joke of the
why
day.
it was
You're
why it was so impressive, it's because you had this ability to build a community with your friends. You got online, you were able to build that community, and that continued to be a staple until Halo 5. Halo 5 came out, did not have split screen, did have co-op, but not split screen. So now the key is, in my opinion, stop focusing on the competitive only and the arena only. You need to bring back the core of what made Halo so impressive, what made Halo such a community fanfare event, and that is the opportunity to engage not only with your community, but to continue building it in a new and creative way through Forge, through various different types of niche esports, like Griffball. The rest of us are stuck, and to be honest, I've walked away and I'm not playing Halo right now simply because it's not fun. I don't do things that aren't fun. And if it's not fun, I'll find other stuff to do. And I found great other things to do, like God of War on PC, Dying Light 2, which just launched, which we'll talk about in a second. But there are things that I'm having fun with. And I guarantee this, when they update and include that social playlist and the content that we, as lifelong 20-year Halo players, have looked forward to every time we get a new iteration of the game, we are going to come back and we're going to see those numbers rise, and this game will once again attain a top tier status, because once you give us everything that the entire community needs to survive, not just the competitive arena players, then the masses will return. You've lost 90% because, to be honest, 90% of those players,
well, I think that's the
are
divide
social
too.
players.
I think that's the divide too, and I think it all kind of stemmed and really
That was
started
my one rant.
in the
Sorry,
game.
by the way.
No, you're good. I knew you were gonna go, but like,
You're grand. We just let you fly.
yeah, we just let you go. Just go. But you know, I think honestly, it started with Cyberpunk. Like it started before that, but Cyberpunk was kind of the catalyst that divided a lot of people. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because if you played the game now, it's absolutely fantastic.
It's fantastic, but it's not that big of a deal.
It's not that big of a deal anymore because
It's not
people
that
have moved
big.
on. People
And even,
have
like-
went to different areas and they have played other games, so they come back and they enjoy the game now, and it's not a big deal. But at that time,
Yeah, Jesus
so much
Christ, at that
promise,
time.
so much hype, Keanu Reeves, all these things. Everybody was like hype. It was like
Really,
one of the biggest
like-
games, and
It was
now
so stressful.
now online you see, I can't wait for multiplayer. But 2 years ago, everybody had a goddamn meltdown. And here's the thing. I have been a strong believer. I love a good story. I love a good story. I love campaigns. I love that. And so many developers are going away from that because they think that multiplayer is what keeps a game going forever so they can keep making money, so they can grow and expand and evolve. But realistically, if you look at, and I'm going to use Call of Duty as a perfect example for this, when their campaigns started tanking, the game started depreciating as well because you lose that base with all the other people who don't go online and go multiplayer. Same with Battlefield. Battlefield the same way. The campaigns were amazing. And then they took them
campaigns.
out. And then look at the state of the new Battlefield game. Look at all these games that have so much potential to grow. But if you look at games like, you know, the Star Wars game that just came out with EA, Fallen Order. That game had no multiplayer, but it was rated as one of the best Star Wars games ever.
Good game, too.
No,
it was incredible.
No stigma of Battlefront 2 because it had no multiplayer. And Battlefront 2, actually, if we really want to talk about the controversy, that's where a lot of stuff started with loot boxes and pay to win. But just
now we have NFTs.
And God, we won't even jump.
We're not even going to talk about it this week.
Larson just got canceled on fucking Twitter because she posted up an NFT. Like, it's like, come on, man. Dude. Brie Larson.
Who did?
Yeah, Brie Larson, because she's a big feminist, and that's awesome. Like, she supports women, and she's big and a big activist. But she posted up a picture, and then she gets canceled on Twitter. It's like, what? What kind of world are we living in, man? People online. I've said this time and time again. Social media has destroyed humankind.
You know what has destroyed humankind, right? And I'm going to say this from my own perspective, my own allegation, my own 2 cents. So whoever has an opinion, it's up to yourself to share, and that's up to you. But if I have to listen to your opinion, I don't have to.
No, Tink's opinion is the only one that matters. Everybody else, shut up.
Stop. What I find, okay, if we're just keeping on the realm of just the gaming industry, just it all a little bit more cohesive. We are living. I've probably said this conversation so many times, so many different ways this week. We are living in a world where everything is very instant, and with instantaneous being so accessible, i.e. you have access to all of the games you can access right now just from the Game Pass or PSN or whatever, right?
Yep.
You have everything to literally the tips of your fingers, that your fucking mindset is that you're going to get pissed off and lose your shit in an instant if it doesn't work out for you, right? And I'm seeing these knee-jerk reactions all the time. You've seen it on the Halo fucking forums, gods. I've seen it in my own realm with the Battlefield things. There's a pocket of toxic bastards that don't really help the situation, having the conversation, the communication to actually push anything forward. There is grown-ass bitches out there, and I say this with absolute, pleasantry to you, to really illustrate the point of how much of a fucking princess you are threatening people's families. And I don't know about you, but last time I checked with developers who develop games, these people don't get home very often. Not nowadays, mind you. It's a bit different these days. Now, I take that into consideration, but from what I remember and what I knew is that these developers were not treated well, and even the stories that we're hearing now, right?
Yeah.
None of these fucking...
None of these... They've probably been happening for years, yeah.
I know for a fact it's been happening for years. Yeah. I know for a fact, right? I can tell you this. I used to work across from the Activision building. They were developing Destiny, right?
Yep.
You know what they had to do with the guys that quality test Destiny? They locked them in a room in the summer, right? Yeah. No word of a lie. They could only have certain breaks at certain times, and everything had to be locked up because it was super secretive, right? They couldn't do anything. They had to be absolutely kept an eye on 24/7. I can't imagine the anxiety.
Yeah, being locked in a room.
If you especially in Ireland when you're off having a few drinks with your friends, what happens if you make something slip? You could lose more than your job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is a multi-platinum game we're going for, you know?
Away. It's like the military. I mean, you sign that dotted line, you're owned by that company. I mean, and mind you, that's the way it works. I mean, you agree.
That's the way it is. And we've all been in that situation, in that room, right?
Yeah.
But the fucking audacity of you, right? And now I get it. If you're a content creator and you're promising people that you're going to have a good game on a game that you really want to play and you really want to enjoy, and that's fine. Now, if you fucking your knee-jerk reactions to go after developers, you're a piece of shit.
Yep.
Like, honest to God, like, you sound exactly like those little bitches that I had to put up with in Call of Duty, a fucking Black Ops 2 era. Like, you are the kind of fuckers that I had to put up with in World of fucking War for Call of Duty. This is way before these people were born, right?
Oh, yeah.
And yet, they act the same way. And I just can't, honest to God, I have 2 questions to ask you. Are you okay? And do you need a fucking doctor? Because this is not normal.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not normal.
Yeah, it's
and it's very
unhealthy.
unfair. It's very unhealthy and it's very unfair. The only reason why I'm harping on about this is I had to fucking reinstall a fucking PlayStation 3 over and over and over, right? And a game, right? Do you know how long it takes for a game to load in PlayStation 3? I don't know if any of you actually remember waiting for cutscenes, waiting for shit to load.
If you think about it, even like PlayStation 1 or 2, that boing, and it would just sit there and spin forever.
Right?
I'm gonna hope I
Commodore 64, right? Type in ready. You fuck off your dinner because that's how long it'll take to be ready, right? And we're living in an era now where everything's very accessible.
You remember zombies back then?
Yeah.
Holy
zombies, amazing.
Fuck.
But like at the end of the day, it's getting to the point where people need to fucking step off a little bit, okay? You need to remember there's managers up there, and I have a feeling they probably have a call center fucking mentality. There's lots of deadlines, lots of KPI, lots of statistics, lots of you can't be out sick from work even if you have to work from home.
Yep.
There's more than likely that. And now it's getting to the point where those people who have the audacity to go in and give shit to those fucking people who actually are passionate, who trained, skilled, and actually wants to believe in the fucking gaming industry to provide you stories every fucking day they go into work. You have the audacity to give them shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You have the audacity to go in and give those people shit. Now, be it as it may, I know for a fact, like, we all have our issues. Halo, Battlefield, Destiny. We get it, right? We all get that. The one thing I hate in this world right now is they don't know how to communicate. No one knows how to communicate anymore. I'm happy, I'm proud to the fact that I am part of the EA fucking Creators Network. And I get the ability to have a conversation
with actual
and talk about some of the things that I'm like, this is not working, the quality could be better, I like this or this doesn't work, whatever. I can actually have that conversation.
Creative
Nobody's
criticism,
gonna strike
man.
me.
That's what that's what
I'm
it is.
there.
You know?
I'm there for the community as well.
Yeah.
Not only for myself, I'm there for my fellow players, the friends I play with, who I enjoy this stuff. I want to have a conversation. But now it's gotten to the point where everyone's going for these knee-jerk reactions. They don't know how to have a conversation. I would love to have a proper conversation with you where there's actually something you can do instead of sitting in your bitching circle. Because I know at the end of the day, last couple of years, everybody's in their comfort zone with some stuff. Some people don't like change. Not everybody, but you know what I mean? Some people don't like change. And even if you take a look, Halo dropped off the Forbes top 5, right, for games?
Yeah.
Can you read off the last 5? What are the games?
No.
What are the last 5 games? So we got
I'll pull it up.
It's
Apex?
probably Apex. It's probably still Call of Duty, unfortunately. I would assume.
Yeah, keep going.
I would probably say Fortnite.
Yeah, keep going.
And I would probably say shit.
So
I can't even think of anything else. Maybe
the top games right now are Fortnite, Call of Duty Warzone, GTA 5, Apex Legends, Roblox, and then Halo Infinite.
So
And
riddle me this.
so different. Like just
That's just
they're
for
all
Xbox right there. That's not even
That's
for Steam.
Xbox.
Yeah.
That's Xbox. They're multiplayer games.
Yep.
They're the same thing we've been playing for nearly God knows how many
6
years.
years,
It's the
7 years.
comfort things as well. So when
Yeah.
like this, you take into consideration those games have been perfected to a certain point. Well, mind you,
Yep.
Call of Duty was still a bit, but like still, they've already had the foundations built. They've already been trying to get that one mode working. It's a one mode game, and that's all it is. Whereas if you're looking at other games that we're all playing, they're very vastly more blended layers of different things. So when we're experiencing the issues, they're the same little cunts that go around fucking playing Fortnite and thinking that they're to the fucking shit. And I'm sitting there going like, yeah, but we're playing more in-depth games. Like, I need to have my bullet drop.
Yeah.
I need to have different feels of different weapons. I want to know what damage I get. You know what I mean? I want to be able to like really interpret the different terrains. I really want to have that on a realistic basis. This is what I'm looking for, you know? But like I'm getting so confused with all these signals when it comes to
Keyboard
people who want to
warriors.
be part of the community.
It's keyboard
You know what I mean?
warriors. It's these 5 to 12-year-old people that literally get on a keyboard.
Oh,
and just,
I would love to think that's the case.
But it's
Yeah,
also
but I highly-
grown ass adults. That's
It's
the
the
sad
problem.
part. And that's the real sad part is because it, you know, like just recently, like we had something happen even with my community where we had somebody come into our chat try to attack somebody and then goes on their Twitter on a tirade saying that they're
gaslight.
and this guy's a piece of shit and fuck this guy and blue blue blue. And you know what? Like at the end of the day,
what are you doing?
yeah, it's why do you have to go out of your way to literally make somebody feel like shit? Because I'll tell you why. Because they are jealous of you. They're jealous of what you're creating. They're jealous of what they can't do themselves. It's like, I'm going to give it a great reference, okay?
Now,
there are two types of people. There are people that can get it up, and there are people that can't. And the people that can't, they take a fucking pill, and they're still happy. But then there's the third person who just fucking bitches and complains about it and doesn't do anything about it. That is the fucking truth.
Do you see this? This is the
Yeah.
circle. This is a circle, right? This is literally what I imagine people, right?
And that's a very tiny hand, by the way. So it's a very small circle.
Because that's how many fucks I have right now, right? So what happens is that people get into these circles, right? Yeah. And they start talking about the same thing, negative thing, and they get little endorphins on it because they're getting valued in what they're saying, and that person agrees, and they're all in the same mindset. So they're all sitting there fucking wanking each other off, but nobody's actually getting out of the circle.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I mean? You want to stay there, and that's why I
they
always
really
ask
can't because they're all stuck to each other because of
they're centipede in a way. I don't know, right? But like this is the main thing. God could only wish. But anyway, this is the main thing. I'm like, when people go out of their way, my question is, what else are you doing in your life that you're that bored? You must be so fucking bored. Like to have this is what drives me mad about these fucking wasters. I've had it before in my life, right? Where people go out of their way, out of fucking nowhere, right? To really go out of their way to prove a point or to make themselves feel good. And I'm sitting there going, do you feel better that you wasted all of your time on me not giving a fuck?
And that's the big thing too. For anybody who's listening right here, don't give a fuck. If you feed into it, then it just keeps going. If you don't give them what they want, it goes away, or it doesn't go away. It just goes to the next person. You shouldn't have to be emotional damage for that. That is something psychologically wrong with that person. That person is wasting. Think about it, wasting all of their time because you know for a fact that they don't have a hobby outside of gaming. If they do say gaming is their hobby, they don't have anyone entertaining because they don't have any friends because they're probably a shitty person, right? Yeah. And probably their parents or whoever their loved ones are don't really want to be around them because they're fucking annoying, and they're probably like in the room in their fucking basement. Literally, this is how I feel, right, when I hear and see these fuckers. I imagine these little fuckers that will be sucking their thumb, look at it, shove it up their arse, give it a nice little rab like that, take it out, sniff it, and lick it again. Because that's literally what I see. Anytime you come in to waste your time. Like, I'm not joking, like, you need to assess. You need to really like. I'm not trying to be bad. I would love if somebody came at me in that fucking realm, in that universe. So I was that person. They were like, "What are you doing, wasting your energy? You fucking cunt!" Like, honest to God, take a step back. Yeah. Look at yourself in the mirror. You can say you're right all day long. It's not going to fucking change the situation, right? No, right? No. And there's no point in you wasting your time. There's no point in you sitting there and seeding that anger because you know what you're doing. You're letting me win.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't let me win. Please, knowing that you're in pain, don't let me win. Because that's what I'll be thinking. Yeah. I'll be thinking, good, I hope you are suffering. This is wonderful. Keep
and plus,
going.
On top of it, nobody wants to suck their thumb after they've had their thumb in their ass.
Unless you're into that, and then it's a whole different question. But,
true. Wow.
King shaming. But don't, like, seriously, like, take a fucking,
There's no need to be anal about it.
And that's what I think about when I see this situation, you know what I mean, with these people going after people. It's fucking sad. I'm like, geez, like, what else is happening in your world? Like, what, like, shouldn't you have a job to go to? Should you have kids to take care of? Like, shouldn't you have a regime of doing something more productive instead of wasting your fucking time, you useless bastard? Like, I don't know. Yeah.
And just to add one more note on that before we jump into this next topic, there's an element of being able to, and part of what things talk about is your ability to communicate, your ability to talk, your ability to provide
have a conversation
and competent feedback.
But I don't care about that, DJ. I want my V-Bucks.
Fuck your V-Bucks.
I want my V-Bucks. Your developer sucks. Fuck you.
Saying your game is shit, saying that you guys know what you're fucking doing. You deserve to have your whole franchise burned to the ground. As opposed to, these are the following issues that I have found or discovered in the game that need to be resolved.
How can we fix
Here's
it?
why they need to be resolved.
No, just be logical. just be rational with that statement alone. Just even think about it. Like, I hope your whole franchise burns to the ground. So what
And
else are you gonna
people
play,
at work-
motherfucker?
Right. So
Like-
so play another fucking game. It's not like there aren't 3,000 of them out there
Yeah,
to choose from.
yeah. More
That's
than
my
that.
argument, like-
More
Yeah.
than
Like,
that. There's
that's the
probably
argument.
like over fucking 500,000 games that you could just literally log into
I have
right
to
now.
hand down my games into my will to my children
Yeah.
because I know that's
Right.
how
Yeah.
many I have.
There's too
You
many.
know, it's desperate.
And being a content creator, it's even worse because you never get to fucking finish games because you're on to the
You
next
get
big
hyped.
game.
To finish a game.
You can never
Oh,
fucking
God.
finish a game. You're like, fuck, man, this new game just came out. This month is horrible. This month
Oh,
is
yeah.
horrible. It's literally like
No, I'm fine with this
game.
one. I'm fine. I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna take my time, open up Animal Crossing.
Right. Oh my god. Yeah. So and-
Anyway, go on.
and since we are
That's the
talking
theme
about
song
games,
of the new PardontheD. Just
God damn it, we're gonna get copyright strike. So with regards to other games that came out, one of the biggest and most look forward to games that came out just this last weekend was one we watched. It got delayed quite a few times, but has finally come out. Techland Games brought out the sequel to their 2014 masterclass parkour zombie killing franchise Dying Light with Dying Light 2 Stay Human. You can get it now on Steam, Xbox, and PlayStation, and I'm sure that we'll throw some
Epic
links
Game
down there for
Store.
people who want to watch
Yep.
it. I've been playing it, and the Fuck Me Game Store. I'm sorry, Epic's Game Store. Fuck
Wow.
them.
Wow.
I hate
Wow.
Epic so much.
Wow.
So
Look, he just became one of those fanboys.
I don't like. Listen, you
Keyboard
fuck up with
warrior.
your
Fuck
customer
that.
service that
I
many
hope the whole
times in a
fucking
row.
company burns down to the ground. Fuck that place.
You fuck up with your customer service that many times
Look,
in a row.
I like
with me,
Fortnite.
You
Shush.
lose my business. Period. I will never.
I
do
give
that.
you
Fortnite has Deadpool in it. Shh.
One thing in it. Epic, okay? Epic. How do I delete all my friend requests because I can't add a friend? Please leave the comments below.
Yeah,
More-
please,
another
because I don't know how to do
great
that
bit.
either. It's horrible.
Fucking figure it out.
I can't add anybody.
Hildy tried to add me.
I wish I had that many
All your
friends in real
lists are
life.
Full. Your friends lists are full. I go into notifications. You have 99999.
You know, wait.
I'm
See,
like, wait,
if we
what?
could actually, no, literally, DJ, mine is the
Wow.
same way. My Epic account is just names, and
oh,
I don't
no,
even
no,
know who
on
they
my
are.
Xbox.
I don't know if
Yeah.
they watched. I'm like, can you guys all just convert and follow and sub to us? That'd be great. I would love that. You know what I mean? Like,
So
Yeah. Turn over.
we would be
Here we go.
ninja overnight.
yeah, I would.
Take
so
that.
Yeah.
one of the things I want to point out when we're talking about providing feedback, and this game,
Look,
holy Christ!
Yeah,
on a
mine's like that
fucking
too.
cracker.
It's
I
fucking
have to
horrible.
find people. I'm like, oh, I know you. I need to add you. I don't know you. Oh, I know you. I'll add you. Yeah.
By the way, you all got your
Like-
5 seconds of fame. Tink now knows
Big
you.
shout out.
Shout out to,
Oh, mind you, like I constantly get like
Pink
weird
Panther
messages still,
46.
so.
We appreciate you.
So one of the things I want to point out about this game, first of all, if you turn on your ray tracing, it is a very huge potential to break your game.
I think
I
they
thought
just
you
came
were
out
gonna
with a
say it's
patch
gonna
this
come up
morning,
to date.
actually. They came out with a patch this morning.
Was there a patch?
Yeah.
Now,
There was a
hopefully-
patch that was released this morning.
Okay, I'm pulling that up right now because hopefully
yeah.
that patch will be fixing the other problem that was noted that I found thoroughly distressing.
Did you play on
Like,
PC
go
or
bit by
Xbox,
bit.
though? That's
Like,
the
what
key,
happened?
because
I
they
only
all
play on
had different
PC.
issues.
So here's the thing that
Oh, yeah,
happened
that's
on
right. You don't have
PC.
Xbox.
You couldn't in your controls, right?
Yep.
You can't assign an item to any of your side mouse buttons, as in these guys right there. I
Why?
can't
Like, as in,
assign-
like
Macro
Yep.
buttons?
Your
There's no-
size.
you can't assign you can't assign commands to them. Like so for me, I
Why?
have my kick. In Dying Light 1, I had my kick command on that, and then I had my search command on the other one, right?
Yeah.
So you could find interact on the mouse easy. So that made searching for shit easy. And I would hit that back mouse button and kick the shit out of people, and it made it so functionally fluid. It will not let you, or at least it didn't until hopefully today, fix that. There was no
Oh.
Well,
option.
I actually, I have a completely
the hot
different
fix
issue
here.
with the game. And
Is
and
it-
it has
is it
nothing
up?
and it has nothing. Yeah, the patch is out for Xbox, and I think they released a mild PC patch today. But I actually have a
Yeah.
completely different issue with the
Oh.
game.
hot fix for
Um,
PlayStation as well.
And the game is amazing. I actually was truly enjoying it. It was a lot of fun. But somebody like me who's had multiple concussions and gets vertigo on the regular,
oh, I
the-
hear you.
the motion, I can't play it. I tried,
Oh no.
and I literally can't play it. I tried
What?
playing it, and I was playing it online, multiplayer. I got through the main part of the story to get to multiplayer. By the time I got to it, I was so dizzy. And the next day I was down for 4 hours because my vertigo completely
from Dying Light.
From Dying Light. It's the motion.
I had that with Resident Evil. I had to return it the day after release.
It's quick motions. It's the parkour. And it's funny because it's the swaying camera.
Yeah.
It's the swaying camera because it literally messes up my equilibrium.
But you can turn that off in the advanced settings, and it still fucked with you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. And I want to play it.
My VOD then.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But no, I'm just saying though. Here's the thing though. It gets to the point where I'm playing and my whole system, I'll be staring and I start getting
oh yeah,
it's
you
just
get
I can't tell the difference between up and down, left and right, and it just I feel like I'm in the beginning of Halo when I'm looking up and down and I don't know if I'm inverted or not. What the hell is happening? It's just yeah. So that's the only unfortunate thing. If I had to give it a review from what I played, it was fantastic. I enjoyed it. It was fun. But
apart from the vertigo part.
Yeah, but part of the vertigo, and I couldn't function the next day. But it literally but there are certain games that just do that, and that is an accessibility option that they need to figure out a way to kind of help people with vertigo, because that's the only downside for me in video games. I love playing everything, but accessibility is a big thing now. Every game should have accessibility for all disabilities, no matter what they are.
And I wanna point this out. Notice how he provided us with a critical piece of feedback that was balanced. It was well explained and articulate, and didn't involve saying, "Your
This game sucks!
made me sick. Go
Burn
fuck
it
yourself.
down!
I hope everyone dies.
How did you not add this? Yeah.
I hope you all
Yeah.
step on Legos for the rest of your life.
Oh god, or hitting your toe into the side of a table.
I hope you step on a tack. I've seen people type that shit.
Yeah.
I'm just well, that's extreme.
Yeah.
It is a little bit. I wouldn't go as far as attack.
Yeah.
Oh god, I stepped on
No.
that.
I hope you get a catheter.
I'm getting
What?
that feeling just saying it because of the last time it happened.
Yeah.
Was
Just
with me.
pushing it in. I have a tack here. We could reinvent the whole
No,
situation.
let's not. Let's not. Okay, we did. We're getting a stuffed animal. It looks like this.
Is that a voodoo doll? No, that's just my
Teddy
foot.
bear's like, what the fuck?
Well, actually,
What did I do to you?
This koala
It's
is not
okay.
lovely anymore.
we have a sacrifice. It's fine.
Oh, you know what? It's really funny. I still have that. I still have that too.
I thought about
that
that.
too.
No,
I know.
that's cute. Oh my god.
It's cute. I could never get rid of my mixer.
I was just upset I didn't get a hype
bought-
one. I wanted the hype bot.
I wanted a hype one too,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
apparently
They didn't
I had
have
to
it.
get the Bork one.
We got the Bork. That's what happened to
Yeah.
Mixer.
I think that was the hint that we were all supposed
We were
to
all
be
getting fired over a tweet.
You're broke. Oh,
Hey,
okay.
just so you know, we're breaking up with you and we're buying Activision. Go fuck yourselves.
I can't believe that. That's mad.
We
But
don't have-
actually,
Mixer's
but in
too
fairness-
costly, but we're gonna spend $70 billion on the assholes who are complete and total misogynists.
Yeah. Well.
yeah, it really hurts my feelings thinking
And they
about
still
that
have you
aspect.
noticed though they're really dodging that question about the CEO. We won't jump into that topic, but they're really jumping around.
yeah.
Phil Spencer has been dodging that bullet every time he does a press conference. He's like, I don't know if we're gonna let him go. We're just gonna keep focusing on the
Is
game and the
this your
community
character?
and,
Just
and the
answer the
employees
question,
first.
Phil.
Well, if you want to focus
Yep.
on employee first, fire that fucking asshole.
Here's
In
the thing.
fairness, I don't think they're going to buy out because of the FTC, because they're buying out a lot of the competition. They can't really do that.
Well,
so there has to be some kind of review of it, right?
Well, here's the thing. I was actually looking into that, and it is going to be a huge acquisition, but it's not the largest part of the industry because RPGs are big, and they'll never be able to buy out Nintendo. There's no fucking way.
No.
Nintendo has too much money.
Oh yeah, like that
and,
joke.
And it's
Jesus.
funny because if you
Sony's
actually
been
look at the
Bungie,
retail, if you look at the retail value of Microsoft compared to Sony to compared to other things, Netflix has more money than fucking Sony. So look, at the end of the day, Netflix is getting into gaming. You've got Amazon
Netflix
getting into
buys
gaming. They
Sony
got
all
Lost
fucking
Ark coming out today, which I think will be a good game. I actually think New World's still doing well, even though it's kind of like it's one of those things where it's like you either love it or you hate it. And that's
But
most
it's a nice
games.
little platformer, so
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. No matter what, we're always gonna have
No,
those
not New
games that are
World.
like a balance. But Activision is not the all be all see all. But the one thing about them actually getting bought out by Microsoft, it's going to give accessibility to more gamers, which I think will help them win because they're going to be able to bring it to more households because not everybody can afford a gaming PC. Like if you think about World of Warcraft,
I had this
StarCraft,
conversation
all
not
these
long
things.
ago. But in terms of the console situation, I said it to people, we're going to get into a situation where consoles are going to be irrelevant. Now that the supply chain can't get enough fucking capacitors and
I think they're going. I think they're going to go cloud. Like they're
going to go
eventually.
cloud.
They're getting to a point because even Phil Spencer said this too. It's going to get to a point where it's going to be an app that you download on your TV, just like Netflix or Hulu or anything else, and you have a Bluetooth controller
or a fucking
little dongle,
dongle. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
like I said to himself, like, what does it stop anyone from putting cloud gaming on the Apple TV? Like that, all it needs is an internet connection. It doesn't necessarily need anything else.
We've got Elon Musk launching 3D printers into space that are going to expand our internet. I mean, like anything is possible. Like weird shit happens every day. We don't know what the hell's going to happen with technology. But at the end of the day,
especially the last 2 years,
But here's the thing, though. We're all going to be 1 gig down, 1 gig up eventually. Everybody, the whole entire world will be like that.
Well, I will be in a couple of months.
I'm still waiting for it in my area. But you know what? I've been waiting for it for 3 years. But we're at that cusp now where it's going to be like,
you're like, I could taste it.
Everything is online.
Right.
You know, we were talking about instant gratification. If you don't have 1 gig, you're a heathen. You know, it's like, dude, I'm running on 1 gig down, but 32 up.
Yeah.
And, yeah. So, like, being a streamer, that's horrible. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, I sometimes cap out at 40.
And me sitting here with my 500, sometimes stretched up to 7.
Look.
Hold on. I have a chapstick for this.
That's because it's running on potatoes.
Oh, really? Sorry about that.
Look, I got a booger too.
Oh my god.
Do they even call it Coca-Cola in Ireland?
Not in Ireland, you fucking weirdo.
I know.
I'm just trying to be clever, and that's when everyone claps. Yeah, sure, Drake. Whatever.
Whatever.
Oh my god. Well, we are a considerable ways into this.
We are?
Do we have any other major games that we want to talk about?
Well, I mean, Sifu comes out on Tuesday. That game actually looks pretty awesome, and it's actually getting rave reviews, 9s and 10s across the board, which is all like kung fu. It's on PC and on PlayStation.
Oh, Sifu. I thought you said
not
seafood.
Like, no, not seafood. I do love sushi.
I love a bit of crab.
Yeah.
Like, no, DJ.
I like sushi.
Yeah.
Butterfly shrimp, let's go!
No, but it's getting rave reviews. It looks really good. It's all base combat. It's very brutal. Like, hey, it's Karate Kid video game, pretty much. It's really cool. Like, a lot of, like, build up, kung fu. It's the same people who made that martial arts game. God, I can't remember the damn name of it. But it came out for a little bit. It was free, and then it didn't do that well, but they finally made a game that actually hit the mark, and supposedly everybody's really loving it. You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're on.
It's right on the tip of my tongue, and I can't think of the name. But but anyway, so that's coming out this week. You also got Forbidden West. You got the new Horizon game coming out. That looks amazing.
Life is Strange Remastered came out.
Life is Strange Remastered, which that game story.
If you haven't played it, just have a look at the story. Tears.
That
by the way.
it literally will make you cry. I don't care if you don't cry to it. You're not a human. I'm just saying you're an android.
You're dead to me.
Yeah, you're fucking Alexa. And oh goddamn, I said her name. So
I know how to set up.
But also too, we got Destiny. Obviously, is coming out, the big bad boy expansion, and tomorrow, which we're recording this on Monday. Tomorrow, they're actually having a vid doc showing everything on the game tomorrow. Hopefully, I will get to do some coverage on that too, a little bit separate from the podcast. And then, what else is coming out? Well, Lost Ark just came out.
Elden Ring
At the end of the month. Yes, which is a huge one.
So excited for that.
Yeah, you know what? The weird thing about it is so many people are excited about it for multiple reasons. One, George R.R. Martin. Obviously, we know that.
Yes.
He makes amazing stories and he makes amazing universes. I also think that because it's 4-player co-op in a Dark Souls game-esque game, it's going to be interesting. But I think people are, if I could be honest, I think people are biting off a little bit more than they can chew because they don't realize how hardcore these games are, and they're gonna go pick it up and get frustrated.
They're gonna be heavy games. Like I don't think people fully realize
it's gonna be very emotional. very slow because these games are normally slower in storytelling. But because George R. R. Martin's involved, hopefully it's not. I'm feeling that he's.
Don't worry, they're coming.
Don't worry, they're coming. You'll have the end of this game when I get out of my writer's block.
Yeah, it's coming. Swear to God, dragons.
I swear to God, I'll be taking over Game of Thrones prequel sequel. Yeah.
One other interesting thing that is coming out that's an older set of games, but I was really surprised to see it come out because I remember playing on the PSP
Crash Bandicoot,
Assassin's Creed
Sonic.
1, right? Assassin's Creed 1 on PSP, and it was goddamn awful. It was a fucking shit show. The actual full console version was not a whole lot better because they had those
which game? Wait, which game?
Right?
Assassin's Creed.
You push forward and you just jump off the side of a building.
Oh God.
Fucking so
I love Assassin's Creed, though.
I'm sorry, on the 17th of February, for the first time ever, Nintendo's Switch will have the full version of the Ezio collection.
Which is
You'll
awesome.
be able to play.
That's right.
Two Brotherhood and Revelations all on your Nintendo Switch, and supposedly it's the full versions of the games. So you too can travel with the one and only gorgeous man himself, Ezio Auditore, and save the world. Honestly, I would consider getting a Switch just for that. Just for that, because I could, like, when I'm traveling, I want to play a story that I get involved in deeply. I don't have a Switch, but if anybody wants to gift me a Switch.
So hold on, I have another one here. Hold on.
You have 3 fucking Switches? Are you shitting me right now?
She probably has a couple.
Technically, I have 7, but that's a different story.
She's hooked. She's hooked.
I can quit anytime.
No, you can't.
New color, new addiction.
Yeah.
Oh,
she's
my
got
God.
the Animal Crossing one. She's got the Mario Kart one. She's got
your one, got his one, got everyone's one, got Uni's one.
all the one.
Got your Ma's one.
Yeah.
No, I have the OG, and I have the OLED, and I have the Pokemon Light edition, and I have the blue one.
Yeah.
So I got the Pokemon one as an investment because I was like, everyone loves Pokemon. This is going to be worth some money. I'm going to buy this. And I bought it straight off the bat. And people are like, give you 500 for it. I'm like, nope.
Yeah, well, I mean, honestly,
Right.
like even like the nunchucks, like the nunchucks are selling like the colors and stuff. I got the Legend of Zelda ones, and like everybody's like, dude, I'll give you $300 for it. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No.
I have like I'll give you a better one. I have a Nintendo Switch controller that is a Sega.
Oh, nice.
What the heck?
Is that the wireless one, the new one?
Yeah, that's the new one.
Yeah,
So I
that's
discovered as well that if you're ordering from the US, you will get the US version. So you'll get the actual model from, I think it's like Mark
I still
2
have
or
my
whatever it's
original
called.
Sega Genesis.
Interesting.
And in Japan, they get their version at the same release. So on the first release of when it was released to that country,
I haven't bought mine yet. I need to.
Is the
I need
model
to.
you get. So I have the one from 1990,
85 or whatever the hell it is.
89.
99,
89?
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still have my
that,
Sega
and I have
CD
Switch
controller
controllers. Oh, really?
with the 6 buttons. It had the
have-
XYZ up on top. That was the first introduction of the XYZ button.
Interesting.
Yep.
There you go.
Interesting.
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
because it had ABC, XYZ.
Yeah.
And then it was kind of crazy too, because if you think about Sega, like I talk about this all the time, Sega was ahead of its time, and it if they would have been like 1 year later, Dreamcast, we would still be playing Dreamcast games right now.
Oh, yeah.
Dreamcast was so good. I love Dreamcast.
I mean,
Maybe.
Well, you know the reason why I say that is
If
because
Sega
they had the
had
best
started
sports
investing in
games.
hardware,
They had
yes.
the best sports games, and I know a lot of people don't play sports games, but they did have
In
the best
fairness,
sports games.
they did have the
They
best fighting
had
games as
the
well.
best RPGs. They had Phantasy Star. They had all these games, but they were just ahead of their time.
Star.
Yeah.
that's yeah.
So many great games that were just ahead of its time. You know, Resident Evil Code Veronica came out on that as a launch title.
I don't even own a Sega Saturn. That's so funny.
Yep.
Probably one of the many consoles I don't own.
Yep.
Everything else is boxed.
Yeah, I have every single one of them. Yeah.
have
I'm looking
mine.
around. I still have all my original NES games and my Atari games too.
Yeah, everything's upstairs on its own shelf.
I
All the
love the old school
expensive
games.
box stuff is upstairs. You know, the factory sealed NES controller.
You smell it.
The
You
Golden
smell the
Eye,
plastic and the
Conker's
asbestos
Bad
that's inside of it.
Fur Day. Yeah. Sometimes I open up the NES box and have a good smell in it. I'm like, 80s. And I have the Atari box and I'm like,
They all have a different smell. They definitely have a different smell.
there's like, there's
It
certain,
was
like,
it was
there's certain
whatever they
manufacturing.
manufactured it in. Yeah, like
Yeah.
from that era, you could smell it.
You could smell the 80s.
Yeah.
You could that's literally what some
Smells
toy,
like spandex and headbands.
and asbestos. No.
Yeah, pretty much.
But literally, that's what toy collectors do when they go into mad conventions or whatever. They go around and start smelling toys, and you're like, "What the fuck are you doing?" It's like you smell the 80s. I'm like, "Oh yeah, because the DC adapters. Do you remember them?"
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
they had a
Yep.
very unique
Yeah,
smell
DC
them,
to AC,
especially
yep.
when they got hot.
Sega Game
My
Gear.
God.
Yep.
Yeah.
I saw it in the back. I was like, oh yeah, Game Gear. Game Gear.
The charger that you're always afraid to leave in the outlet. You need.
Hey,
it's only allowed to be plugged in when you're monitoring it.
Look, she
This
just
is
held
never
up.
to be plugged in.
She
ever.
just held up the
this
new
would blow
Stream
up my
Deck.
house.
This shit will catch on
That's the
fire.
new Stream
so
Deck.
That's the
Yeah.
new Stream Deck. She already has it. It's right there.
It's a new Stream Deck, guys. New
Look
Stream
right
Deck.
there.
God,
You can
get
pre-order
in,
it
get in
for
on it.
$5,826
It's
bucks.
touchscreen.
Yeah.
Hello.
Which that comes out at the end of the month too. The first wave, which is
Yep.
nice.
That's right.
I got mine pre-ordered. I'm super excited about it.
Also, there is a sale going on Amazon right now for
There's
micro
always
SD cards. For that are going to be great because even if you got the 512 version, you're going to probably want to get another 512 or a
One
terabyte,
terabyte.
on.
Yep.
And you can pick them up for like $60 right now. A terabyte.
Wow.
Micro
Really?
SD for 60 on Amazon. They had a sale going.
Really?
They're
Yeah, check it
215
out.
bucks normally, so that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll check that out.
Speaking of SD cards, the best thing you can ever do if you have a PlayStation 5 is upgrade the SD card in it. Well, SSD.
I actually have.
with the
I
M2?
actually have my brand new D brand case. Remember that whole thing where they got
Oh
sued?
my god!
Yeah, I actually have the
dude.
new one coming. It actually is upstairs. It just got delivered. I just got the notification, but I got the
Shut
one
the
with the
front
red
door.
LEDs, and
Oh,
it
yeah.
lights it up. It's all red and black, and it's got the ventilated system on the side. And I'm swapping that out today.
awesome.
I'll make sure I take a picture and post it up for everybody. But
Yeah, I wanna see that. I wanna see that.
They finally got the patent approved, and it's funny too because even when they sent the message, they're like, "This isn't a message saying that we're not shipping it out, that we're under a lawsuit, that there's trademarks pending. This is actually telling you that your product is coming." And I'm like, "Well, at least they have a sense of humor." Shit.
Thank God.
Yeah, right. But
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
they
Like,
have
oh my
some pretty
God.
cool ones. They actually signed with like Gucci and a bunch of other people. So yeah, pretty neat.
That's bad. You know, I was looking at some of the faceplates and actually upgrading it maybe to a nice pink console. You know,
Yeah,
the
pink
faceplates off with a nice pink
Yeah.
one.
Yeah,
Pink
Or
console.
get a Pope. Get Pope art.
yeah, that's true too.
Yep.
Yep,
There's
you
a
could
black
definitely.
cat on your.
Oh, Papa!
I still, to this day, Tink, your cat looks like my old cat, and it saddens me because he was the coolest cat.
Aw.
Tuxedo kitties, man, you gotta love them.
Yeah,
also-
so handsome. I know.
There are
Yes, it does.
1024 gig micro SD cards right now on sale for $30.
Damn, that's nice.
I
That's
don't know
nice.
what the actual what the requirements are. If there's a read speed requirement that we have to keep in mind.
Oh yeah, you'd have
Yeah,
to
yeah,
keep that
there's
into
certain,
consideration.
yeah. It's got there's like certain memory cards that like only work with the PlayStation and the Xbox, and if you don't have those, they
Yeah,
just
well, that's
they
what I
won't
mean.
play the
M2.
game.
For the Steam Deck.
The M2, yeah.
Oh, for the Steam Deck.
Well, M2
itself,
for the
I don't
PS5.
know.
For the
M2
PS5, it's
slot, there
M2
we
slot,
go.
and then for the Xbox, you have to have that weird expansion bay
Oh,
card.
that module
Yeah,
thing.
and
That
it's
looks like the old,
215
you know what
bucks.
it reminds me of? The old 360.
360 or
Memory
the
cards.
expansion bays that went in the N64.
Yeah, reminds me of one of those.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah, the Sony ones, the memory cards. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. It does.
We're that old, bitches.
Yes. But you know what though? I think that's the reason why we appreciate games because we grew up in the generation of games. We
Oh,
have
yeah, we
had
grew up through
everything
all
from
eras.
turning a knob as the only controller to
ColecoVision.
ColecoVision and Atari
ColecoVision.
and Intellivision and
And television, yeah.
NES and Sega Genesis and watching the evolution of all the controllers.
Famicom.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So
Famicom,
it
those
is
very...
UHS 1 or UHS. Yeah, it's a UHSI bus or UHS
What'd you call me?
1. Arr.
I can't believe you're dropping
Don't talk about my bus.
What do you mean use?
Yeah.
Right.
USB.
UHS 1
Yeah.
is
USB.
up to one of the max that the actual device will read, even though the card reader may read differently. The max the actual device will read is 104. So
Nice.
104 megs per second. So keep that in mind when
It's
you're
not
buying
bad.
your cards, people.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's not too bad. Well, if it's an SD going
I'm excited
in, and
I
that's
actually
for
get
the
to
new...
boot up my
Yeah.
PS5 to play some games on it this month. It's just been sitting there collecting dust, so.
Really? I've been trying to make the most out of it.
Oh,
and my
yeah.
Xbox.
No, I mean
Series
I
X
play
has
my
it.
I play my Series X like all the time. I play it more than any
Oh,
other
yeah.
system. I love it.
Yep, still
I don't.
30 bucks.
Nice. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
And then also
It's
too,
one for everyone.
DJ. I know
Nice.
we haven't talked about this, but can we talk about the looming Master Chief in the background. Like, I mean, it's just, dude, I love it. I love it.
I know.
I love it. It makes me so happy inside.
What you need to do is you need to put him in a different configuration every time you're on stream, like where he's waving or one where he's dabbing.
Yeah.
You just say change that. He needs to be doing something different. Maybe
Look,
have him
I'm not
flip
rich.
something-
I got the
something in his
mannequin
hands.
where he just,
Right,
he literally
right.
just moves like this. Like,
Wait, put
Okay.
a shake weight in his hand.
oh my God. His hands are like this. I got the cheap mannequin, man. He doesn't even have posable fingers. It's just like,
Can he
it's just
can he
stiff.
just do this?
Yeah, he can hold up. Yeah, he can hold up like
Okay,
this.
you get 2 balloons, right? Just hear me out.
This sounds,
2 balloons.
this already sounds
And
like a
you have him like
website
that.
I don't want to ever go
I
on.
just have him sit like that with just 2 balloons. Leave him there in the background. Don't say anything. Don't let anyone mention it. Just ignore any message. Just have it there. Just let everyone just do their thing. Just act like I don't know what you're talking about.
What are you talking about?
Have him hold balloons.
99 Unluft Halo balloons.
Yeah, Luft balloons.
Fluff balloons.
Well,
What feathers in there?
oh my God.
my
But he
God,
does
you
light
remind
up
me-
though. He does have all the LEDs and stuff too, so it's pretty cool.
You just remind me of a story. Like one of my mates was telling me that they're going off somewhere in Europe, and I said, "Who are you flying with?" And they're like, "I want to say Luftwaffe, but that doesn't sound right." I was like, "Do you mean Lufthansa?" They're like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay," because Luftwaffe is something completely different. You don't fly with Luftwaffe.
I mean, you can fly with a
Well,
Luftwaffe.
technically yes,
Look,
but
I mean,
it just wouldn't look well.
look, you got to throw. Okay, word to the wise, everybody watching the podcast, make sure you
Oh,
throw
that
out your
was funny as
loofah
hell.
once a month. Otherwise, the bacteria will form and it will cause skin infection. There you go.
That's right.
Yep. Make sure you throw
Yeah,
away your
so if you
loofah
have one
once a
of those-
month.
Your loofah.
Your loofah.
Your fucking loofah.
Your loofah.
I like laughing through my loofah because then it makes bubbles.
You're not supposed.
I hate you.
I'm leaving this conversation.
That's it. I'm fucking out of here. Again. Look, and that's how we're ending the podcast right there.
There we
Jesus
go.
Christ.
So Tank, where can people find you?
Google me. Like literally, you can Google me if you type in
She's
Antitinkerbell.
too
You can
cool.
find me. Like literally, go on to Google right now. You type in Antitinkerbell. You'll find the Twitter, the Facebook, your ma, find Twitch. You know
Your
that. You know.
I thought you were
it's the
everybody's
usual.
mom.
I used to be everyone's mom, and then everyone grew up and went on to Twitch, and mommy took a rest because she was tired.
I'm tired of everyone's shit.
Tired
That's
of
right. She
everyone.
took some antacid. She's back now.
I was always there. I was always having the conversations. Anyone that needed help or anything like that, I used to get the ping, 3-hour phone calls. I'm always there for everyone.
It's true.
It is
Yep.
true.
Always true.
So when I'm so fucking tired, no. Sorry.
Well, you look amazing.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
I really appreciate the invite and the conversation. It's always nice to catch up with me lads. I missed you so much,
Yeah.
and that's no joke.
missed you
Yeah,
too.
I missed this. I missed this
The banter?
family banter, good crack. You know, like this natural fucking like mates. You
It's
know
not
what I mean? 'Cause
forced
we
or
always
weirdness.
had
It's just
this.
us talking shit
you know?
and having a good time.
Just and like it's not like we skip a beat anyway. We can go without talking for a month or something like that. And we just pick up where we left off. We're like, yeah, the world is bollocks.
And
Yeah.
that's how you know you got.
Well, yeah, but that's
Good
how you
friends.
find me, and that's the crack. But thank you so much again.
Yeah, that was
Awesome.
awesome.
You want me to pull the closing together?
Yeah, well, are closing, like as in closing in the closet, or like what?
No, closing.
As in like closing
Like closing
the podcast.
time?
Close
Are you
out.
going to start singing? Are we going to get DMCA'd?
No,
Closing
no, not at all.
time.
Time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Deagle,
So,
diddle, doddle.
Dido babo dibbo dibbo.
Diddle
can find-
dee.
You can
Sorry.
find the Lost Drake across the board at on all the different platforms, including
Yes.
Hover, TikTok, and more. You can follow Pardon the D. That is our podcast here on TikTok. You can also find us on our website at Pardon the Distraction. I'm DJBluePDX on behalf of Antitinkerbell and, of course, the Lost Drake. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time right here at Pardon the D. Peace.
Peace.